Ryan has a credit card with a $5,000 limit. This month, he charges $1,847 on it, a new laptop for work, and his flight home for the holidays. The bill arrives, he pays the full balance. Zero interest, zero late fees. Textbook responsible. 3 days later, his credit score drops 25 points. He didn't miss a payment. He didn't open a new account. He didn't do anything wrong. The algorithm punished him anyway. This happens to thousands of responsible people every month, and almost none of them figure out why. The reason isn't the spending, it isn't the debt, it's a single date on the calendar that nobody told Ryan matters. A date his bank deliberately doesn't highlight in the app. Today I'll show you exactly when the banking system takes its snapshot of your finances, why paying your bill in full is not the same thing as having a zero balance, and how shifting your payment by 48 hours can be the difference between a 740 score and an 820. This is the fastest lever you can pull on your credit score. Payment history takes years to build. Hard inquiries take 2 years to fall off. But credit utilization resets in 30 days. If you know how to control the data the bank is reporting about you. Most people don't. By the end of this video, you will. Welcome to Wealth Logic, where we expose the financial systems quietly working against you and give you the math to fight back. Today we're dissecting credit utilization, specifically the timing mechanism behind it. 3 things. When the banking system actually takes its snapshot of your debt. Why paying to zero is not the optimal move, even though everyone tells you it is. And the exact step-by-step protocol you can execute this month to take control of your score. If you find this useful, hit subscribe. We publish deep dives on the mechanics of money every week. The kind of content most personal finance channels won't touch because it makes the banking system look bad. On-screen text, the due date lie. Most people believe the due date is the most important date on the credit calendar. From the moment you get your first credit card, you're trained to circle it, fear it, and pay by it. In one specific sense, that training is correct. If you pay by the due date, you avoid interest charges and late fees. The due date protects your wallet. But here's what nobody told you. The due date does almost nothing for your credit score. The due date is a deal between you and your bank. Pay by this day, and we won't charge you interest. That's the entire purpose. It is a billing agreement, not a credit reporting event. Your credit score is decided on a completely different date, a date your bank reports to the credit bureaus. A date that is not bolded in your app, not pushed to your phone, not mentioned in any reminder email. A date most cardholders couldn't tell you if you asked them. Here's the misconception that traps people. Most viewers assume the credit bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax are watching a live feed of their finances. They assume that if they pay off their card on the 15th, the bureau knows they're debt-free on the 16th. That is not how the plumbing works. The credit scoring system is not a movie. It is a series of photographs. The bureaus don't watch you. They get a single snapshot of your finances once a month, and that snapshot becomes your entire financial reputation for the next 30 days. And the photographer takes the picture when your room is at its messiest, days before you actually clean it up. This is exactly what happened to Ryan. He spent $1,847. He waited for the bill. He paid it in full on the due date, just like he was taught. He felt responsible. His bank account showed the money leaving. And yet his credit score dropped because the snapshot of his finances had already been taken, days before he made his payment. He paid the bill perfectly. The credit bureaus never saw it. So when does this snapshot actually happen? Let's walk through the real timeline. Your billing cycle runs roughly 30 days. Let's say it starts on the 1st and ends on the 30th. During those 30 days, you swipe your card, groceries, gas, subscriptions, dinners out, your balance climbs throughout the month. On the 30th, your billing cycle ends. The bank generates your statement, that PDF bill that lands in your inbox. This is the moment that matters. This is called the statement closing date, and the balance on your statement at that moment, whatever number is sitting on that PDF, is the number your bank sends to the credit bureaus. It gets locked into your credit report for the entire month. Now here is the timing trap. Your due date isn't the same day. It's roughly 25 days after your statement closes. So you can have a $3,000 balance reported to the bureaus on the 30th Then pay it down to zero on the 25th of the following month, and the credit report will still show $3,000 for that entire month. You paid in full. You paid on time. You paid zero interest. And the credit bureaus see you as someone carrying $3,000 in revolving debt. This is the disconnect that drives responsible people insane. The bank account shows real time. The credit report shows a 30-day-old photograph of your worst day of the month. If you don't control when that photograph is taken, you are letting the bank decide your creditworthiness based on a snapshot of you at your most leveraged. Now, you might be wondering, does it really matter what number is on that snapshot? If I'm going to pay it off anyway, who cares if the bureau sees $3,000 or $30? You should care, because of how heavily this single number is weighted. Payment history is the biggest slice of your FICO score, 35%. Did you pay your bills on time? Yes or no? But the second biggest slice, coming in at a massive 30%, is what FICO calls amounts owed. And amounts owed is almost entirely driven by one number: your credit utilization ratio. Nearly 1/3 of your financial reputation is decided by how much of your available credit you are using at the exact moment of the snapshot. It is weighted heavier than the length of your credit history, heavier than your mix of credit, heavier than new inquiries. You could have a 15-year perfect payment history, and one bad utilization snapshot can drag your score down 60, 80, even 100 points in a single month. The math is simple. Utilization equals current balance divided by credit limit. $500 owed on a $1,000 limit is 50% utilization. But the impact is tiered. The scoring models punish you in cliffs, not gradients. Under 10% utilization, you're in the excellent zone. Between 10 and 30, you're still in good territory. Cross 30, and you trip the first major risk flag. Cross 50, and you look like a crisis. Get near 100, and your score goes into free fall. And here's the nuance most people miss. This calculation runs twice. Once on your overall credit, and again on each individual card. You could have $50,000 in total available credit with 5% combined utilization. Looks great on paper. But if one card has a $500 limit and you've maxed it out for a single month, the algorithm flags that one card as distress. Your score still suffers. This is what happened to Ryan a few months later. He booked a flight and hotel for his sister's wedding on a card with a $2,000 limit. The total came to $1,800. He paid it in full when the bill arrived. His score dropped 60 points. He just let the snapshot catch him at 90% utilization on one specific card. He spent 2 weeks convinced something was wrong with his account. Identity theft, a bank error. Anything but the truth. The algorithm doing cold math on outdated data. Here is the good news. In FICO 8, the most common scoring model, utilization is what we call memoryless. Unlike a missed payment, which haunts your report for 7 years, a bad utilization month is wiped clean as soon as the next snapshot is taken. If January reports 90% and your score tanks, but February reports 5%, your score bounces back as if January never happened. No scar. No lingering damage. This is why timing the snapshot is the single fastest lever in personal credit. You aren't repairing permanent harm. You are correcting the next data point. You can fix utilization in 30 days or less, but only if you understand which date controls the report. So the logical conclusion seems obvious. If high is bad and low is good, then zero must be perfect, right? Just pay every card to zero before the statement closes. Stop right there. This is one of the most stubborn myths in the entire credit scoring world. People wear the zero balance badge with pride. They pay their cards off 3 days early. They check the statement, see $0, and feel like they've won. They haven't. They've left points on the table. Consistently reporting zero across every credit card month after month can produce a lower score than reporting a small balance. It sounds backwards, but the algorithm is doing exactly what it was designed to do. The scoring model exists to assess one thing: how you manage debt. If your report shows $0 owed every month, the model has no data to evaluate. It can't tell whether you're responsible or simply not using credit at all. In the eyes of the algorithm, a person who never carries any reported balance looks slightly riskier than a person who carries a small one and pays it down. You're a ghost. The data backs this up. People with FICO scores above 800, the top of the credit score distribution, average between